So today, let's talk about the steps to detailing. Now, a lot of people have their own different types of steps that they need to take to detail, but I'm going to show you guys the proper way to detail from start to finish using this awesome chart that we created just for this video and to help you guys out. If you guys are interested in downloading this chart, I'm going to place a link for download in the description box under this video so you can print it out, follow along with me in this video, or you can have it with you in your shop, whether you're a professional, a weekend enthusiast, or someone just getting into detailing. So a lot of people always ask, what comes before wax? How do I assess bad paintwork? Or when do I use a glaze? So we made this awesome chart to explain it in one easy step and to help you guys get the best results on any type of car that you guys detail. I like to call this flowing, the flow chart to detailing. So let's talk about flowing from start to finish and explain all the different steps used in the detailing process. So I'm going to start at the beginning with the wash. Now the wash is the most important part of detailing because it gets all the dirt and debris off the surface to prep it for the rest of the detailing process. You can't do anything else in this whole chart without completing the wash. Now you can do this a couple different ways. You can do this using traditional water with any of our quality soaps like Mr. Pink, Glossworks, Citrus Wash and Gloss, or Citrus Wash and Clear. Or you can use this using steam or a low water saving system like EcoSmart or hose-free Eco Wash. Any of these waterless technologies will work, or you can use traditional water or steam. It's all personal preference when you're doing the wash. But the goal of the wash is to get all the dirt and debris off the vehicle. Any dirt, dust, or heavy contaminants off the surface and prep it for the next step. Now the next step is detailing clay. Detailing clay is important because it pulls off all the contamination off the surface. So if you wash your car and you feel the paintwork and it feels rough to the touch, that means you need the detailing clay. Now you can use a light duty clay bar, a medium duty clay bar, or a heavy duty clay bar from us here at Chemical Guys, or you can use one of our Chemical Guys surface cleansing mitts, which actually cleans the car and clays it at the same time. Now any clay you use, you need to go ahead and use a clay lubricant as well. So you can use our Chemical Guys Luber or one of our quick detail sprays for a smooth finish. We recommend to not use water and soap because water and soap degrades the clay bar and will reduce the life of your bar or your detailing mitts. So you want to go ahead and avoid using water and soap as your lubricant and use a specific Chemical Guys clay lubricant to get the best results. Now claying is important because it removes anything that's stuck on the paint like overspray, contamination, rail dust, brake dust, and tar that's stuck on the paint, and you need to pull it off using the clay bar. But once you clay the car, it feels smooth to the touch and makes it ready for the next process. So let's move on to polishing and compounding. Now right here is where you assess your different types of paint work. Right here there's three different types of paint work. There's bad paint, moderate paint, and good paint. Depending on what paint you have is the steps that you take. So let's start off with bad paint. The picture that you're looking at right now is bad paint. Now bad paint has heavy swirls, scratches, and defects in the paint which require a heavy compounding. So that's where bad paint takes its first step, with compounding. Now compounding is a heavy duty polish designed with heavy duty abrasives to remove all the swirls and scratches from the vehicle that are deep and in the paint. For a compound, I like to use V32 or V34 to remove any type of heavy damage from the paint for a smooth finish. Now, when you compound, you're going to leave swirls in the paint because the compounding is going to turn the paint into moderate paint and you're going to need to clear that up another way. So that's when you use swirl remover and finishing polish to refine the finish. The swirl remover is going to remove any swirls created by the compound, and the finishing polish is going to refine the finish to make it smooth as glass and have that proper reflection. So when I use the V32 or V34, I then move up to my swirl remover, which is V36, and I move down to my finishing polish, which is V38. All these products, V32, V34, V36, and 38, and any of the products we talk about in this video can be found on our website, chemicalguys.com, for all your cool detailing supplies and tools for the job. So right next is moderate paint. Now moderate paint is paint that you're looking at right now in this picture. It has very light swirls, it's well maintained, but it might have light marring or daily driven damage that can occur from washing the car or just driving around town and people getting close to it. Now, when you compound your paint, it actually turns it into moderate paint. So we're using compound to turn our bad paint into moderate paint, and then we're going to use the same process using a swirl remover, V36, and a finishing polish, V38, to refine the finish and make it extremely smooth. So pretty much we're taking our bad paint, and with compound turning into moderate paint, and then with moderate paint, we're turning it into good paint. Now the picture that you're looking at right now is good paint. Now good paint is swirl-free paint. It's perfect. It needs only wax or glaze to maintain the finish, and it does not require any polishing whatsoever. So the good paint actually moves right down to the arrow right here, which ends up following with the rest of the detailing process. So all of these polishing steps actually lead over to the end. You're getting the same result, but you're having to go about different steps to end up with that result. So if you have bad paint, you're going to use compounding, finishing, swirl remover, and finishing polish to refine the finish. This is called a 3-step polish. With a moderate paint, you're going to use swirl remover and finishing polish, which is called a 2-step. And good paint, you don't need to use any of this, maybe a 1-step or a light all-in-one polish like black light or our V4 polish. Now, after you get to this area, you're going to move on to the finishing part of the detail. Now, the finishing part of the detail is where you put the finishing touches on your vehicle to make it look crisp, clean, and protected. The first step is glaze. Now, glaze is a detailer's optional step. It makes the surface extremely smooth and improves the clarity. Now, what is a glaze? A glaze is actually a product that goes on the paint, and it has things like acrylic fillers and paint cleansers in the product to make the surface clean, fresh, and also give a great shine. But it needs protection on top of that because it's filling in things like swirl marks and scratches using acrylic fillers, but you then follow up using paint sealant or wax. Now, you can often use both, but if you're going in an all 3-step like glaze, sealant, and wax, you're going to want to use it in that order: glaze, sealant, followed by wax. You always want to use wax last because the paint sealant is going to last longer than the wax. So if you place the paint sealant down and the wax over it, if the wax wears off, the paint sealant's there to protect your vehicle no matter what. For glazes, I like to use Easy Cream Glaze, or you can go ahead and use a product like Wet Mirror Finish. For my paint sealant, I like to use Jet Seal 109, M-Seal, or Top Coat Sealant. Or for a wax, I like to use a rich, natural carnauba wax like 50/50 or Pete's 53, or my favorite, E-Zyme. You can also use any of our hybrid waxes like black or lava, the luminous glow infusion. So what the wax and the sealant do is the wax and the sealant actually protect the vehicle from things like rainwater spots, road tar, contamination, UV rays, and oxidation. You need that type of protection to keep your car looking good all over the year. You want to make sure it looks good in summer as well as winter for maximum protection. Now, once you follow with the paint sealant and the wax, you can go ahead and apply a spray wax if you choose. Good spray wax to use is our Insta Wax, or you can use spray sealant like Hybrid V7 or Blitz. Now, spray wax or spray sealant is quick and easy to use. It's great for enhancing the finish, and it's good for enhancing your paint sealant or wax coat. So if you've applied your wax coat or your paint sealant like a month ago or a few weeks ago, you can go ahead and follow up with a spray wax or a spray sealant to make sure that it looks extra fresh and bring some life back into that coat. A good spray wax to use is also good to use in the same spots like door jambs and under your trunk or under your hood of your vehicle. And last on the list is the Quick Detailer Spray. Quick Detailer Spray is always last in the process because you want to remove anything like fingerprints or blemishes that you might have created from the hands on your, or the oils on your hands. So if you're detailing your car and you miss a light spot, or you get a little dust or a little water dripping, you can go ahead and clean that up using the Quick Detail Spray like our Pro Detail Spray, or you could use our Speed Wipe or our Synthetic Detail Spray to get a good job. P40 Detail Spray is also great to make the surface look amazing and fresh. So now you have the whole entire chart to make sure that you know how to detail your car from start to finish. And remember, if you follow this chart and you follow all the steps, your car is going to look amazing no matter what. Just make sure you don't skip steps. So if you have moderate paint, make sure you use swirl remover and finishing polish followed by the rest of the detailing process. If you have bad paint, remember to compound before you finish polish. or swirl remove to make sure that you get a swirl-free finish every time. If you guys have any questions about the detailing chart, I'm going to place it for download in the description box below this video so you can have it for you for your educational needs. And be sure to subscribe to all of our YouTube videos because we have plenty of videos every week that teach you how to detail, teach you how to use products properly, and keep your car looking great to make all your friends extremely jealous with how clean your car is. So if you have any more questions about detailing, you can find us on our YouTube account or our Facebook, or you can find me in all these cool detailing steps and products at chemicalguys.com.